Make the sandwich makes cooking fun. Dinner's ready.
Today we gonna be making sandwiches. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
For this sandwich, take some heart-shaped bread. You have to cut it that way. It doesn't come that way. Oh, put on some mustard on that sandwich. Yeah, all over. Now put on the spinach. Put the spinach on the bread. And then go ahead and put some tomatoes on the bread. You might as well. And put that piece of spinach on the bread. Now eat it.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. So much mustard.
Now we're gonna cook the HBLT.
The H in HBLT stands for hummus. Go ahead and spread it on the bread. Now the B in HBLT stands for spaghetti. Take some lettuce, that's the L in HBLT. And the T, of course, stands for Tom Brokaw's The Greatest Generation. Put that on the sandwich. Now eat it.
Now that's a good read and a good eat.
We're making sandwiches.
Kate's in a pickle sandwich.
For this sandwich, we're going to use bread and some pickles. Now you take the pickles, get them out of the jar, they're nasty burgers. Put them on the bread. Put them on the bread. Just slap them on the bread. Slap them on the bread like they were last night's dinner. Put them on the bread. Now what we really need is more pickles. So put them on the bread, please. Just sprinkle them. Sprinkle them like that was a pinch of salt. And now eat it.
A pickle saved is a pickle earned.
A waffle sandwich.
For this sandwich, you need to toast some Eggo waffles. Take the Eggos out of the toaster and put them on a plate. Fancy hands. Now you butter them with some butter. You butter them with some butter. Could have used some butter covers. Slather on the syrup. Syrup. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
What a delicious sandwich.
Well, that's not even a sandwich at all.
Want a bite?
Oh, I forgot you're a vegetarian.
The bread sandwich. First, you start with 2 pieces of bread. Make sure they're nice and soft and bready. Now, reach in your bread bag and get another piece of bread. Put it right there on one bread, and then put the other bread on there. And then you got your bread sandwich. And then you eat it.
Just me and 3 slices of bread? But I'm a lady.
Don't be afraid to get a little funky in the kitchen. Hit it.
Who let the bread out?
All right, here we got the Montague's Revenge. For this sandwich, start with bread, a little fancy mustard, a little fancy mayo, and spread it around the bread. You know how I like it, nice and covered up, sensible, moderate. Now, pepper jack cheese. Love that cheese. It's cheesy, it's peppery, it's jacky. Now, some hams. Put some spinach on one of the breads. And a little wild card there, some apple slices on the bread. Gives it a nice crunch. This is the first real sandwich I think I've made. Taste it.
This is terrible!
The Casino Queen. We're going to start with a blender for this sandwich. Put in the ice cubes. Now put in the apples from last year's sandwich. Now put in some yogurt. Boysenberry for all you boy crazy girls out there. Now some strawberries. Sexy floppy banana. Put it in there and blend it. Don't be afraid. Now pour it on the sandwich. Throw in some romantic comedies, a backup plan. He's just not that into you. And how about the men from the band Wilco? Fold it up. Pour some more smoothie on there for good measure. Flop it on. Wow, gorgeous sandwich. Now eat it.
Delicious and nutritious? Well, I'm suspicious.
Le Grenzilla.
This sandwich starts with a note card, folded in half. Glue on a picture of Godzilla and King Kong holding hands. Use some craft glue. Put on there nice and sturdy. Now we want to set the mood, so how about we put him in Paris? Paris is lovely this time of the year. Give him a beret. And how about some nunchucks? Might as well. I'm sure one of them's a ninja. We'll give him to Godzilla there. And, oh, what's this? Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Love is blooming between these two. It is spring in Paris, after all. Glue on those hearts. Who else have we got? Oh, Don King. Might as well put some glue on the back of that head. Beautiful. Now let's write a letter. Thanks for all the memories. Love, Danielle. Put it in an envelope and send it to none other than John Ashcroft, the government, USA. Now we take the bread, put the letter in the bread, put on the mustard. Finished. Now eat it.
Now that's democracy in action.
Uh-oh, looky here. We got the Grubner. Sorry, ladies, he's taken. Start with some bread. Throw in 2 hot, sexy dudes. Zach, Slater, how you been? What's new? Now, how about we peel that banana? Peel it on up. Flop it on the sandwich already. Do it. Now, throw on some mayo. Nice and creamy. Now, let's seal the deal and give it a taste.
Time out. Time in.
The Big Bill sandwich for Gordon. Start with 2 pieces of bread. This is going to look a lot like a classic sandwich. Put on some jelly. Oops, slippery little guy. Make sure he stays on the bread. That's where we want him. Spread it around. How about some peanut butter? I think you guys have seen this one before. Go ahead and spread it on the bread. Now let's make things a little more interesting since Gordon is a hell of a guy. I know what we can do. How about some Benjamin Franklins on that? Cut off one. Put it on the bread. Wrap it on up. Look at that, a nice looking sandwich. Now take a bite.
You hear that? That's the sound of money.
You have just cooked with Danielle.